How can you tell when somebody's enlightened, somebody's woken up, somebody knows more about life that they can offer you a course and charge you money for it? How can you tell? Well, they wouldn't be having any enemies at all. Um, they would sort of have a better understanding of what's going on with this bigger picture. Um, Great statement in the Bible, forgive them for they know not what they're doing. Now, that's not to say because there's good statements in that Bible, go out and read your Bible, because there's a lot of crap in that Bible, like, disciplining children, which we've come to learn as let's not listen to our kids, let's beat the crap out of them and get them to do it our way, which our way is wrong. Finally, humanity is starting to realize the difference between right and wrong. So disciplining your children to do everything you're doing while you don't want to be responsible and accountable and you're a sinner. Sorry, I've had a few religious people judge me and tell me the God I listen to is fake. And it's like, what God you listen to that's telling you should be judging me? Like right away, the guy that's saying I'm listening to an evil God or the wrong God, because that guy would be judging me, and his book in there says don't judge. He knowingly is sinning, and it's his own sin. That's sort of the golden rule: is you write the rule books for your own life, for you to experience. You are going to set to be me, I stand for this law, this law, this law, and this law. But most of the times we don't even listen to our own laws. We bullshit most of the time. Um, when I see somebody that doesn't deal with that, they love their enemy. They see why the elites are doing the things they're doing. You see why priests are having sex with kids. You see why we have a sex industry. You see why we have a corporate world polluting the whole friggin' Gulf Coast. You understand why everything is falling apart. So when you get to that stage where I'm at, and I'm not saying I'm any better than anybody else, because I'm not. I'm exactly the same as everybody else. But here's the difference. To get here means you have to solve an awful lot of problems. That's the only way that you're going to get to finding out what's going on with the bigger picture. I mean, if you're enjoying life and nothing's pushing you against solving any problems, you're not forced to learn anything. But if life deals you a bad hand and you break and fall from it, then you didn't learn your life lesson that you came on the planet to learn. But if life throws you a lesson and you overcome it and you get, bigger, wiser, stronger, you take with you true information of how to solve problems. Because if you could solve that problem, then you take those skills and you bring all of those skills on how to solve a problem with your next one. And it is like, a computer game. The next challenge is always going to be worse. It's always going to be bigger, tougher. And they're always say, why do bad things happen to good people? And it's like, well, because good people want to get stronger. And the only way you're going to get stronger is by going through the lessons and overcoming them. And trust me, when you get to the stage where you see how cruel, mean, and nasty people are, I mean, when you do see that the justice system is crap, the government systems, the corporate systems, the medical systems, the education, um, police, I mean, every um, authority figure appears to be doing the wrong thing. You go to them with faith and trust in them that they're there for you, to protect you, that they're getting paid money to do something to serve you, and yet you find out that they're getting paid just to fool you into trusting in them because They're basically raping you, and that's metaphorically speaking. But um, it's cruel when you see the lengths. I mean, nobody could surprise me with any big, bad, horrible story. There is a lot of sickness in the world, and if you can comprehend how horrible and evil you can be to a human being, that's pretty much what humans will do to another. So, and why are they doing that? There is a cause. And when you can wake up to the causes of everything, then when you stop those causes, it's a lot easier to solve problems. And all of my problems get bigger and bigger and bigger and more challenging. And today it's like I'm faced with a global challenge because I know the only way I'm going to solve this little financial problem I'm dealing with now is by changing my outer universe. Everybody's got to kind of wake up and do things a lot differently. Otherwise, I ain't got no chance of hell at uh, getting ahead in life because a lot of people don't even know it. So anybody that's even going to judge me to say, hey, there's other ways. Yes, I can con people out of their money, but I personally, if I had the answer to everything, here's the deal. If there's 10 people on the planet, 10 people representing every human on the planet, okay? And there's 10 of us. And I know the answer of how to save the whole planet. And we're all going to be dead if all 10 people don't find out how to save the planet, oh, let's say but within 10 days. And the solution to solving the problem for it not getting destroyed is all 10 people need to play a role in that part. It's not only having the good idea, it's all of us, all 10 people have to actually work at doing something. And it takes a full week for us to do something to stop our planet from falling apart. So anybody, that says, hey, I've got the answer, but I'm going to charge you $11, how much of the answer do they know? Because, okay, first of all, them holding back and needing to make that money is going to stop everybody knowing from, okay, we know how to save the planet, we just can't get at the information because somebody needs to profit and we have no money. So who loses? All 10 people. Even the guy with the idea is the guy that loses. So there's a way of breaking everything down a little easier so we can all see that when you see homeless people, for the last 30 years that can't fit within society, those people woke up and seen that picture that something was done to them that they've lost their minds about. And it's not so much they've lost their minds, it's they've woken up, but now they've lost their ability to communicate with other people because other people still say, hey, you could do it, I could do it. If I could do it, there's no reason why you can't do it. And it's like, yeah, ignorance is bliss. You'll do the wrong thing as long as you don't know and realize you're doing the wrong thing. But as soon as you know it's the wrong thing, there's no way in hell you will do the wrong thing. You will live off the street, and the pain of watching the whole globe, it's a little painful. So frankly, I can really, really emphasize why they need to drink. It's also pretty cold and pretty nasty living on the street. But that is the comparison, is that when you see how bad and cruel people are in some of the simplest jobs, some of the most righteous jobs, that you're getting your good income from, um, if they knew how much they're torturing people, what they are doing, it is better to live off the streets. You go and look at what it's like to live off the streets. For somebody to choose to live there rather than try and fit within this system, that's how bad it is. But we have pretty diamonds and pretty gold trinkets and fancy cars and fancy houses to hide all of the secrets and the horrible nasty things we do to each other behind our walls that we don't talk about in the news. We don't want any humans to know anything about it. So that's kind of what my channel is all about, is we need to make some changes. I'm thinking we need a new dollar system. We're all headed that way, but it's a matter of who do you want to own and control the dollar. We will, it doesn't look like anybody's going to do any changing, to save anybody's currency. The whole deal is about manipulating society into a new currency. And they're trying to manipulate it with gold and trying to manipulate it with silver. But at the end of the day, the big rich people that are controlling this game, they think they did such a great job doing it this way that they're going to do it again, and even worse and bigger. They're controlling all of the gold, all of the silver, everything, every single thing that they are starting. I wouldn't value. I personally think it's a wrong thing. I think that we, the people, should start owning our own bank. And I think that it's time that we start a new dollar and give equal amount of money out to everybody on the world. Okay, that's opening up the conversation. Now, um, that is taking out that if you own a big, huge house, we're going to, value that house compared to somebody that doesn't have any house, so that everything is equal. And it's like, okay, if somebody stole from you in the past and they owe you, like sort of my situation, that sort of takes care of that problem, because now it's all equal. It's like forgive and forget. Let's move on and focus on creating now. Let's everybody get $1 million and everybody use that money to start creating their dreams, what they would dream of having a better planet. Now, that's when this guy gave me a comment, which is really great. That's what I want, is to say, okay, what's really stopping us? And let's see if all our rules that we believe to be true, that's stopping us from owning our own money, is actually true. Because we're brainwashed to believe we're stupid, but we're actually a lot more intelligent. I'm a freaking single mother on welfare. I am a dumb, stupid shit. And I'm willing to test that theory and see how stupid I really am. Um, this one guy said that if everybody had equal money, then nobody would sell me, the food at my grocery store. There won't be any cashier. Oh, so what we're talking about then is somebody that works as a cashier's job right now is, we don't have any value for them whatsoever. That's why we give them slave labor. But as soon as it's all equal, then that job is more important than a doctor. Maybe it's time we start paying them a little bit more money. And I don't buy that concept. There's more to it. I'd like to open up the conversation, like to get the website going so we can have more people involved in that conversation, because it's points like that we just need to problem solve and get to another level. Peace out.